Hi, welcome to my very first podcast episode for Speak Up, Stand Up. And I'm here with Maddie. Say hi,
Hello.
Maddie. So I had to beg Maddie to really be a part of this. So she's like, do I really have to? But she wants to. So I've known Maddie for a really, really long time. Maddie was my very first group of students at Blanchard, and she's now a senior. So she really couldn't tell me no. She was like,
Right.
okay. So, Maddie, we're doing pretty much what Speak Up, Stand Up's all about, is just kind of like talking about good things or things that maybe as a community or like as a school we can talk about, or we can like help out with, or something around the community that, just important to us, things like that. So I thought that since it's September and there's certain things in September that, like everything, like October, certain months have certain things that you do. So we're going to do, what are we going to talk about for September?
We're going to talk about Childhood Cancer Awareness Month.
Okay, so childhood cancer awareness. So obviously that's a big deal. There's lots of different types of cancer, but for September, Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, I thought we would talk about Toby Keith Foundation, which if you're from Oklahoma, I mean, you should know who Toby Keith is. He's obviously a singer. So he has the Toby Keith Foundation, and also goes along with the OK Kids Corral. And the Toby Keith Foundation is really kind of a neat thing because they pretty much help children with cancer have somewhere to stay, comfortably stay, whenever they're having to go through all of their treatments and things like that. So the OK Kids Corral is like the really cool place that, like, honestly, I've heard it's really awesome. Like they have like an arcade and like a movie theater and all this really cool stuff. And I guess it's up there by OU Children's Hospital, and where families can stay for free, and like they get to not have to worry about all the financial burden and just all those worries that come along with having to do cancer treatments. So I personally can't think of anybody in my family that's had childhood cancer. Have you had anybody in your, like, a child? I've had some adults, of course, have some different types of cancer, but I think sometimes we forget that little people, children, they have a lot of struggles with cancer too. I do know some students that I've had in the past that's had cancer, or they had cancer when they were very little. So I could see where the Toby Keith Foundation would be a blessing, definitely be a blessing to a family, because I know that cancer treatments cost a lot of money. I had family that had to travel to MD Anderson, which is in Texas, and they'd have to stay down there, and it'd cost a whole lot of money. So, you have to think of things like that. So for childhood cancer awareness, we just wanted to mention the Toby Keith Foundation. You can actually give to the Toby Keith Foundation. You can look them up online, tobykeithfoundation.org. And all the proceeds go to help families that need help paying for somewhere to stay. Really, they get to stay at the OK Kids Corral when they're undergoing their cancer treatments. So I think that's pretty important. I think that my podcast is going to be mainly about, thinking about others, how to help others, ways to help others, things like that. I think sometimes we can always be funny. I think funny is good, but I think it's also good to think about others. Like, I know November is like Diabetes Awareness Month. I have a nephew that has type 1 diabetes. I know type 1 diabetes might be close to you. Why?
Because my stepsister has diabetes.
Yes, Mariah, which is also important. So I know you'll be back for that because
Probably.
Type 1 diabetes is a big one for me. When I taught 5th grade, we did like a whole thing where we raised money because I had a student that also had type 1 diabetes. But I'm getting off track. That's in November. So, but if you want to look into the Toby Keith Foundation, if you know somebody that has childhood cancer, or maybe they're struggling and they're getting some cancer treatments done, look into that, the tobykeithfoundation.org. Please check back for this second episode. I have no idea what it'll be about yet, but it'll be about something good, probably. So, anyways, I made Maddie do this with me so I can look back on it one day and be like, look, Maddie, you did this with me. So thank you for being on here.
You're welcome.
And I know she's going to be back in November, right?
I will be.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So please, watch again and see who's on here with me next time, whoever I bribed or made them be on here with me.